Hey,
You gonna
man.
get Country on that hood hour?
Hey, man.
You gonna put him on there?
Country's already
Country,
on
man.
there. I already been on there.
He need episode 2.
Episode 2.
It's your girl Naomi Da Vinci, and you is right here with the one and only Hood Hierarchy. You already know.
Oh man, look, man, OG Tulo, man, the Coke Talker, Houston. You know what I'm saying? 8 times, man, dirty size, man. You know this what it is, man. You know, rocking with my boy, Uncle Beats.
First of all, yo, salute to everybody in the building, man. This Jap City TV, y'all already know what's going on. Bandana Road, East Side Legend. I'm in this boy with Hierarchy, with my boy Uncle Beach. Y'all already know what's going on. East Side Chicago, West Side Chicago, Low End, Wild Hunters. Acknowledge me. Let's get up, man. Let's talk about it, man.
Yo, y'all. This Hood Hierarchy. This your girl Star with 3 R's. Y'all got it. This is the best platform for the artists.
That we gonna start with the South Side, where GDs and BDs and Blackstones don't coincide. So let me be your tour guide. So when you in a certain area, you will know what that hood ride.
How you doing, Two Sweets? How you doing?
Hey.
Good to have you here. If somebody was trying to be a guest on the Gangster Chronicles, what's the qualification?
Man, just have an interesting story, man. That's how we made our name, man. We really made our name off of just having interesting people on, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, dog, I'd rather talk to an interesting person than a celebrity any day, dog.
There we go.
Any day. So if you got something interesting,
I was on the Gangster Chronicles, so I guess I'm interesting, people.
Yo, what up, people? Y'all tapped in with President Sly, Hood Hierarchy. Y'all checking out, you know what I'm saying? Unc right here. Stay tuned. Buffalo, New York in the building. Aye.
Okay, so it is what it is. I am that girl, Olivia. This is Hood Hierarchy with Uncle Beats. Make sure you guys remember to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are absolutely amazing. No matter what anybody says, you got this. Yes, life gets hard and it may knock you on your feet, but guess what? You'll jump right back up because why? Weebles wobbles, but we don't fall down.
All right, it's your boy Lil Matt. Shout out Hood Hierarchy, Uncle Beats, salute all the way from St. Mark, Mississippi.
What's the hood?
Brooklyn, New York, Tampa, Florida, Ybor City. What up?
This your boy Snap G, and you tapping in with Snap G and Uncle Beats on Hood Hierarchy, Mobcast. Tune in, hit the like, hit the share. You know what I'm saying? If you don't hit the share, your front door, I will be there.
Everybody that go on YouTube right quick and subscribe to Hood Hierarchy. ASAP. Subscribe to Hood Hierarchy. ASAP. Now play that music, people.
Yep, it's the Hood Hierarchy Mobcast, and it's me, Uncle Beats, in the streets like white lines on the corner like a stop sign. Here's the rules. If y'all want us to be all right, hit that like. If you care, hit that share. If you really own it, leave a comment. If you want us to survive, hit subscribe. Want us to do well, hit that bell. But if you really want to help us get out the trap, drop something on that Hood Hierarchy Cash App. Donations is appreciated. That's what keep it going, baby. Shouts out to the South Park Coalition and my guy OG Point Blank for the gear. Boogie Flavors, shout out to you. Let's Chop It Up podcast. That's right. Everybody, get in the comments. Drop them likes. Drop them everything. Cities, states, hoods. It's going to be good because today's guest, he's just a man. I'm going to just say he's just a man. I'm going to roll the intro and come right back. Let's go. Hood Hierarchy. Every single episode, man, we're going to give them a little background.
I know how I feel because I've been through that 1,000 times.
Lovely ghetto you, beautiful ghetto you, sweet ghetto.
We made so much doing that. I started taking that money, throwing the concerts.
It's your boy Project Pata, Hood Hierarchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, man, if it ain't in the hood, man, it ain't on here.
Hey, this your boy Mario Cannon, man. And you rocking with Hood Hierarchy. You already know what's going down.
Team Pretty P stand up. It's a wrap. Tune in.
It's Deli Dale. And whenever I got time and I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, I don't give a damn if I'm laying in the bed with you. I'm checking out Hood Hierarchy. And it's just that simple, just that easy.
It's 7 Up, man, straight from Brooklyn. I want y'all to check my boy out, Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. Get the dopest interviews, the dopest content, the dopest platform, straight from Chi-Town, man. You know what it is, man. We representing Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. That's the highest of prestige. Get it? You already know. That's on game. You heard?
One was saying this the one and only HD president, Mr. Bow Bow Bow. This is Hood Hierarchy checking in. I'm signing out. HD4, bow, bow, bow.
Oh yeah, it's finna go down. It's finna go down to the ground with this one. So you got a lot of people who call themselves movie directors because I'm gonna be honest. This technology has made it easy to become whatever you want to be: a rapper, podcaster, video director. But this guy here, nah, he been in it. He been in it. He been on the independent grind for a long time. I'm glad I was able to bump into him. He actually is one of my movie mentors, and he's the truth. He didn't release several films. He got a new one. He got some nice views on everything. You know, me and him, we get on the phone. He know if he call me, be ready to talk for an hour because we gonna chop it up. We gonna chop it up. But hey, without further ado, the one and only, my homie, King B in the building. Let's go. Oh,
What it is, what it is, what it should be. What's going
I
on, man?
gotta
How you
fix
feeling?
my sound effect machine, y'all. I'm sorry. So, ooh, y'all give
How
it
you
up.
feeling, man? You good?
Hey, man, it's so good to finally have you here, man. It's so good to have you here. We really
Man, it's an honor to be here, man. I've been telling you I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. Well, let's get it. Let's go.
I appreciate it, man. So, to anybody who's new to this, don't think I'm being rude to my guests because I will never be rude. If I have to go to read the comments, we call that checking in with the streets because the streets is who make us. So, shouts out to everybody that's in the streets. Drop them comments, drop them cities, drop them states. Interact with us. If y'all got a question, if y'all got an opinion, let us know. Let me see what we got here. First of all, we got the one and only Shoke Body. Represent Chi-Town checking in from San Diego, California. Us before me, the Thug Bible Movement. Said Double H, let's go. Y'all watching OGs and Young Guys podcast. Yeah, my guy, great man Guapo on there last night. Saturday. It was real dope. Then we got Boogie Flavors checking in from Dago, California. I'm wearing your shirt today, Boogie Flavors. Y'all check him out. He got Let's Chop It Up podcast. Comp works in the building. My guy Sean G said peace. Salute to you, Sean G. Hood Hierarchy's person in the street. Charlisa Heard, my cousin, is in the building. Said, let's make it happen again, Uncle Beach. Suave the lyricist. Y'all go check out Suave episode. He did his thing. It's on here. Y'all go check him out. He said he in the building. Whoa, there we go. The Queen Diva said, hey, Richton Park. Y'all check out Diva's episode. And also, y'all check out New Ambition Entertainment over there on Sauk Trail in Richmond Park, right off Governor's Highway. It's the party place. It's the place that's pumping, jumping. You need to be there. Just had King Louis there last weekend, and it went down. Boogie Flavor said, I see the love. There go Uncle Jody Mack say, checking in Maywood. So, we got to get to it, King B. We got to get to it. So, I got to know what you think. There was a woman, Vera Lindell in Harvey. She went to jail for stealing chicken wings from a school. She stole. They say for, I don't know how this is possible. They say for 19 months she stole $1.5 million worth of chicken wings, and they gave her 9 years in prison for this. And they charged her with running a criminal enterprise because she was taking the chicken wings and selling them. 9 years. Do you think they gave her too much time, or do you think that was a good punishment?
Simple fact, you say you're taking it from the school. Simple fact, you're taking it from the kids. Yeah, you should have got that. You probably should have got a little bit more. There's a whole lot of kids out here, man, that's not eating at home. You know what I'm saying? And so you taking that out of kids' mouths. Yeah, I got a problem with you. You could have done 10, 15. And I don't like sending people, in jail, but you messing with the kids, and I don't roll with that. Now, if you stole it out the grocery store, I have a different opinion. But you stealing from the kids? Nah,
Yeah.
I can't roll with you on that one.
That's a lot of wings. And guess what? She probably was selling them to Uncle Remus. So let me stop.
Hey man, I know you get to this question, so we're gonna get to it. For me, I rock with Harold's on the chicken side, but I ain't gonna lie, and I'm born and raised South Side. But I went out west and got that Uncle Remus sauce.
Right.
Sauce is on point. So if we can marry those two together, it'd be all good. But I rock with, they.
I'm gonna have to visit that. And just so y'all know, anybody needs some good mouth sauce, Harold's does sell it by the bottle right over there.
They do.
Right
They
over
do.
there, highway at the meat market, 147. Harold's y'all. Somebody gonna have to give me a lifetime supply, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about the poached chicken wing lady, man. Because at the end of the day, it ain't like it came from the kid's pocket. It's board of education she was robbing. But Harvey don't need nobody taking nothing from them. I take that back. Harvey can't afford for nobody to take nothing from them. But
nobody in the South suburbs. We already got some of the stuff in the news about the South suburbs. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah,
that's a lot of chicken wings, though. Like, I know they over exaggerate when they be charging people, but 1.5 million worth of chicken wings?
Was she real big?
No,
that chicken. She was eating that
no,
chicken.
she ain't eating. She was making that money. Like I say, she was selling it somewhere. But how do you get in less than 2 years? You get $1.5 million worth of chicken wings out of somewhere? Like, did they eat chicken every day at the school? Like, when I was in school, we wasn't getting no good fried chicken. So that's one thing. But how much chicken did they have in the school for her to steal? Because she could have just stole all the chicken. They couldn't go for chicken day and ain't no chicken left. So I just wonder that's a lot of chicken. I'm gonna ask you something from the young guy's perspective. Now, there's a young rapper who'll be on the internet, always arguing with people and going back and forth. Allegedly supposed to be a snitch. FBG Butta, and they all and people making videos saying he can't return to 63rd Street. And just recently, he went to 63rd Street to show that he can be back in the neighborhood. So, but he's making money doing interviews and stuff like this. So, how important is that when you kind of away from everything and you're making money? Matter of fact, he testified in the O Block 7 trial and all that. How important is that to just come back to the neighborhood to show people you can come back to the neighborhood? As a young guy, did that mean anything to you as a young guy?
I mean, if you telling, I don't know if you telling. I don't know if that's good for your health, but you know what I'm saying. It's always good to come back to the hood and show love to the hood. You know what I'm saying, especially if you're doing a little something and you can show other people that you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it type, but
Right.
I don't know if you're snitching. I don't know if you're going to testify. All this
And
here.
people are saying if you come back around here, we're gonna kill you.
Some people
But you
feel the
don't
same
need
way.
the hood to make you a dime. You're making money on the internet. You're getting flew out to California and all this stuff to do these interviews with Vlad and no jumper and stuff. Like
Now I don't know the particular situation. So I'm
right,
just speaking generalities, right?
right,
So if you talking tough on the internet and they tell you can't go back home,
right.
then at some point you got to go back home. You know what I'm saying? Now if you just doing whatever you're doing and you cool and you're not trying to jump bad, then it is what it is. But you talking tough on the internet, you're gonna have to show that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it may be important. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the particular situation. I'm too busy, me making moves and movies and everything, so I don't catch up on what everybody else is doing. But
Right.
if you're talking tough, at some point you're gonna have to. They're gonna want to see some action. You know what I'm saying? So,
Speaking of talking, one of the Boston Red Sox, Darren Duran, he got suspended for using homophobic slurs to the fan, right?
mhm.
Now, we all know that can't fly nowadays, right? But somebody that's getting paid this good money that he's making, like, do you think that's right to let somebody get you that mad that you'll do something that can mess up your brand and get you suspended, mess with your money?
um, I mean, all this the slurs and everything we could do without. But if you going yeah, you shouldn't be messing up the pocketbook. But at the same time, sometimes you got to say what you got to say. Not saying that what he said was good, because I don't know what he said. I ain't got nothing to do with all that. But
Not
sometimes you just got to, hey, Draymond, I rock with Draymond. That's my team, right? Golden State.
right, right,
Draymond gonna take that little hit. He gonna bop you upside the head to say what he gonna say, and he gonna wait for that little fine, and then go do an appearance and make that money back.
right.
Sometimes something needs to be said. It needs to be said. That's not saying that it should be any kind of slurs or anything like that, but just on the general, if you feel a certain type of way, sometimes that's more important than bread, especially when you already get it. You know what I'm
Now let
saying?
me ask you: Would you been in the movie industry? How do your image, like what you do off screen, like do you watch what you do to protect your business and your brand, or do you just keep it hood all the time?
I think we always um want to present um a certain image, right?
Right.
You don't want to be out of pocket all the time. You don't want to be all ghetto and wild. I know that's the thing to do, but when you try to get these corporate sponsorships and stuff like that, and even not, at some point we got to present ourselves as more than just all out of pocket, like we can't control ourselves. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? There's ways to handle certain things. There's better ways. There's cooler ways to handle certain things. You ain't got to always jump bad every time somebody do something. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but it's not necessary to, no, I'm not finna just act all wild all the time. No, that's crazy. But you can't
Yeah,
get it, though.
gotcha. Yeah, you. Well, changing gears. I spent this weekend. I had a wild Saturday, Sunday.
Mm,
I co-hosted with my homegirl Sadie Starr the second district congressional Democrat cookout in Hazel Crest, Illinois,
mm,
and we had the Speaker of the House for Illinois there, Chris Welch. We had U.S. Congresswoman Robin Kelly there. Nice people, nice people.
Mm-hmm.
But politically, I ain't gonna say who I'm with, but I'm on the fence with both candidates. But this might not be important. But is Kamala Harris black or Indian? I want to know it. I want to know if you know this, man.
I don't care what she
Now I
is.
know you into the politics, King B. So I know this. Me and you talk. So tell me.
I don't care what she is. Now, technically, she's not African American. That's for sure. She would be classified as Jamaican American because her father is supposed to be half Jamaican, half Asian, and I mean half Indian, and her mother is Indian, right? So she's not African American. That's for sure. But it doesn't matter what she is. For me, I don't care that she's a woman. I don't care what color she is. She's let 10 million people in here that ain't supposed to be here and gave them our money. And for that move right there, that's some punk move. You done closed down the schools in Chicago from the kids, and you open them back up for these people who ain't supposed to be here. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with you wanted electric vehicles so bad that you let gas get up to $5-6 or $4 or $5. You
But
let her in again, it's gonna be
letting,
another $8.
what's wrong with letting people in? Like, you know, I had a few chicks in Venezuela, right? And I would say, I'm gonna come over there like, that's I'm gonna meet you in the Dominican. I'm like, no, I want to come to Venezuela. It's like, no, you don't want to be here. We got a dictator. It's the worst place in the world. It's the worst ever. So with that being said, what's wrong with them helping people who's in distress, helping human beings is in distress, saying, come over here to America and make a life? Like, what's wrong with that?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you got, you got kids, if you got a kid and you can't feed your kid right, and then you gonna go over here and feed the neighbor's kids, would you think that's wrong?
Hey man, don't be interviewing me, because that's
I'm just
that's a trick question. This is your.
I'm just saying. So you can't.
That don't
You
make
got to get.
that makes
You
no
got to get.
sense to do
You got to
that.
get home right first. Then, if you
can't
got some
help
extra
yourself.
going on, you can't have people out on the street and all that kind of stuff. Here, got veterans out here on the streets. Got us in the position that we're in. You see what I'm saying? Financially, and then you gonna go over here and give them a bag for my money. For my money, you gonna take my money and give it to them.
You can't help nobody. You're right. Yeah, and then that is touchy. It's like, I don't know. You're right. Some stuff I want to save everybody, but I can't. It's like it ain't my fight. Everything ain't my fight. So I guess I can see the point on that.
And we
What
got women
about
and children coming up missing all of a sudden way more than we used to. Women and children. Every time I get on Facebook, I'm scrolling down, I'm seeing somebody missing. It used to happen, but it wasn't every day, 6, 7 more. Really? And you want me to vote for you? I don't like what you did the last 4 years. What makes you think I'm gonna do something for you the next 4?
So what did Trump do when the 4 years he was in? What did he do that was great?
He funded the HBCUs for 10 years, I believe it was. They were opening up opportunity zones. You got to understand, he did a lot. He probably could have did more. They trying to run this whole game with the Project 2025, right? But here's the thing: he didn't write that. And you just spent 8 years telling me that he does whatever he wants to do. So what makes you think he's going to do something that he ain't put together? But what he did do, like I said, he funded those HBCUs. He did some version of criminal justice reform to undo what Biden did when they put the bill locking us up for weed cases for
A lot
life.
of my friends came home from that. Matter of fact, I got one of the guys coming on the show. My guy, Big Dex, he came home because of Donald Trump. So yeah.
Right. So he did a few things.
He had life in prison too. Yeah, life.
Life, right? So he did a few things. You got to also understand that it was in the middle of where the pandemic came towards the end, right? So
Yeah.
everybody shifted towards the end. Now, had the pandemic not happened, we don't know whatever else he was working on that he could have got through. You know, he still got to go through the Democrats to get things passed, just like everybody else, just like Obama did and everybody else. So he can't do everything, you know what I'm saying? But he did some of it. $1.87 for gas. What is it now? $4? You must want to pay $8 a gallon if you voting for old girl.
Man, at this rate, probably gonna have to start selling some of that thing to get some gas in them. Gas so high. It's terrible. Let me ask you this. Then we'll give them some space though. I was watching somebody talking about Kamala's race, right? So it was 3 white people, 1 black guy. So the black guy said, well, no, I'm not saying she's not black, but she's not a black American. So her ancestors weren't slaves in America. So her beliefs might not be the same. Her beliefs and grievances might not be the same as an American black. And the white people told him, you don't know what you're talking about. That don't make no sense. And I'm like, how is these white people gonna tell this black dude? But what do you think about that? Do you think her not having not having family that grew up in the roots from the South and all that stuff, does that make her different from an American black, African American, whatever they call them?
Some way, technically, you could probably say the same thing about Obama. Although I believe his mother might have been from the South, but she wasn't, she wasn't this color.
At least Obama's wife, let's remember, her husband is not black. At least Obama's wife, people look
From the
like they
South
came
side of Chicago.
from the dirtiest South. They look like some con picking went on in Michelle's family. So, do you think that?
I'm not a part of this. I'm gonna let everybody know that that's Beats talking. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, Michelle, come on. Some
What?
con picking went on in your family in the South. You got slave roots, Michelle. So, with that saying, like you say, is it a difference or is it a slight difference or what?
I just don't like the policies. I don't care what, you know what I'm saying? You can adopt or learn from anybody's struggle, right? And that doesn't mean you went through it, but you can kind of understand it maybe.
Right.
So I don't want to say that she can't get it. I'm not here to bash her. I just think she's horrible at her job. And that's it. That's all. I don't care what color she is. I don't care where she comes. I think she comes. They say she went to school in Canada or something like that. All that to me don't matter because you can always learn. I mean, Trump, you got to think about it. He ain't had that whole experience. He comes from money. So, but I'm sure he can figure out what it would be like if he didn't have money. At least think that way, right? So, I'm not gonna put all that on her. The only thing I'm saying is, if you got democratic cities all over the world. I mean, all over America, and all of us, well, not all of us, but we got so many of us in these hoods that ain't eating right, that ain't getting their money, that got to go hustle, that don't want to hustle and do all these type of things. I'm saying, if you the Democrats, you should have been took care of us 30 years ago. We shouldn't be going through this now, but you haven't. And it's the fact that you haven't, which is showing me that you never really cared about us at all, because a lot of people ain't done their history. It was actually the Democrats that wanted to continue on with slavery. Look it up. It was the Republicans that was trying to get us out of it. With Lincoln was a Republican. You know what I mean? So you got to think about all of that. I don't care nothing about your color. I don't care nothing about
I can't get caught up in that.
My light went out, but I don't care about none of that. I care about what your policy is, and if your policy is whack, you whack. That's it. Sit this off for me.
Let me check in with these streets. Who out here in these streets? What y'all talking about? Tasha Kirkland, White Tasha say, hey, what's up, homie? Willie Esther said Inglewood, West Side, Hood Hierarchy in a building. One got a Hood Hierarchy. Good hood gems on business tips. Lisa said, Shalisa said, he's right. Lakeisha sweet. Lakeisha sweet. I'm gonna inbox you. You're supposed to be on here. Please. Please. I'm gonna hit you up. Lisa said, while y'all feel sorry for them, ain't nobody feeling sorry for us. They're replacing us with them. Oh,
Exactly.
nasty.
Hey, I'm
And
gonna tell you something right quick, and then I want you to get back to it. But you got to think about what's really going on, man. I'm sorry, I'm trying to put this light back on so y'all can see me because I know I'm dark skinned. I'm gonna put you on game right quick. A lot of us that look like us are leaving the Democratic Party. I'm independent. I'm not Republican, but we leaving the Democratic Party however it go. And so they starting to see that. They're starting to see those numbers slip. You know, I watch this all day long. Now they seeing those numbers slip, so they say we're gonna let you come in. We're gonna give you their money, and then we're gonna try to hook it up. If not this election, next election, so you can vote and you become the new N-words. I know you try to keep it PG here. So we done lost these. They starting to get hip. They starting to get wise. They starting to figure it out.
I say Negro. So my grandma could relate to it. Negro. But now keep going.
You gonna be the new Negroids. You understand? So that's what they're doing right now. That's all they're doing right now. So check it out. I mean, just peep what they're doing. They already marching trying to get them to be able to vote this election.
You got a point. With no ID. You don't even
With
care
your money that you paying for taxes. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
But you can't get a business loan. You can't get the food you want. They said something about this woman got. I don't know how true it is, but they said something about this woman had left their receipt and you could see the EPT balance on there. She had something like $14,000 or 13 something $1,000. And then she had $5,000 on cash. And you got people that went and served for this country and they getting like $27. Come on, man.
Where's she at? I think I love her. Lady, if you lady, call. Don't text. Call straight through. I need to talk to you. Yeah, that's crazy that they. Whew. Hold on. My guy Corey Wright, Coconut Top Dog of the show in the building. He said we need some new history in America. We really do. We really do. We need some new history because we just got mysteries right now. He said them migrants is something else. Putting them in front of the line before homeless and the poorest minorities. Yeah. They something else. But you know what, y'all? It's time to screen King B, man. It's time to get in his business. So we screen everybody, King B. Welcome to the hood. We got to know what city and state you're from, man.
South Side, Chicago, born and raised. Chicago, Illinois.
Where on the South Side?
All over South Side. That's all we need to know.
Now we need to know, man. What hood? If King B is out of town somewhere and he bump into some people from Chicago, and they say, "Where you from in Chicago?" Like, what would you probably have been attached to many neighborhoods, but what would you pick? Where people would say, "Oh, King B was right." Like where you grew up at?
South Side. If you know, you know.
South Side. What high school? What high school?
We ain't gonna say all that. You know, I got people. You know what I'm saying? This is a situation. I can't get that much.
Oh well, if you got situations. You got situations, but you got movies everywhere with you shooting people and making love and all this other type of stuff and mental health. I think people might recognize you, King B. I'm just saying, but
and that's why
we gonna finish screening you.
And that's why I keep that on the low.
we gonna finish screening you. We gonna finish screening you. If somebody's looking, because you did say the South Side, so
I will
now,
say the 9.
okay,
So
we'll take a 9. We don't know which 9, but we'll take a
exactly.
9. We'll take a 9.
Ain't but 1 9, but you don't know where on the 9. Yes.
So when you say it ain't but 1-9, you saying 79th? Because that would be the 9. I'm close to the 59th for my hood though, but 79th is the 9. Okay. So with that being said, you already told us you're eating Harold's chicken. So if somebody come to Chicago, what restaurant besides Harold's would you send them to grab something to eat? Hood.
I would probably hood. It's Giordano's hood because I love the deep dish pizza. You feel me?
You know what? Giordano's ain't hood, but hood people eat it. And I'm gonna let Giordano's is
we certainly ain't going to Illuminati's. I know that for a fact. So
no, Giordano's is good. Giordano's is good. You win with that. I don't want people to downplay Giordano's. That's not. You need to eat Giordano's if you're a pizza person. So yeah, Giordano's. That's one of the top ones. So with that being said, okay, favorite hood movie.
All of mine.
I knew you bet. If you didn't say yo, now let me say this. You know, with me coming from the rap game, now the podcast.
And you're doing a good job, by the way, too. I'm proud
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you for real. That means a lot coming from you. But I don't have a favorite episode and I don't have a favorite song, right? But I do. If somebody say, man, I want to hear your music, I would go to a certain song and say, let me send them this one. I would go to a certain episode and say, let me send them this one. So out of all your movies, what's that one that can't be denied? Like what's the one that you would tell them to go watch if somebody said, let me see one of King P movies. What's the first one you would send them to?
I mean, it all depends on what kind of movies you like, but I would say Roost is the top seller of all of them, and then close second, and I mean a real close second is Intimate Friends. So, it depends on what you like. Love stories.
You broke up. I wanted to hear you.
I said Roost. King B's Roost is probably the top seller, but close behind it is Intimate Friends. Like they almost neck and neck. So it depends on whether you like love stories or you like gangster movies. Roost is the gangster side, Intimate Friends the love side.
Right. Let me check in with the streets. You just shook the streets up with your screening. They're going crazy. Top guest of the show, Jackie in the building. She said, let me find out y'all Woody Who are alive. Shout out to Chicago. Conan said South Side. Make the South Side great again, Jackie said. There go my guy, Jamie Poindexter, chaotic drumline. He coming to Hood Hierarchy, y'all. He said, yes, sir. 71st and Laughlin, 75th and Horn. I feel you. Jackie said he has a privacy fence up. Privacy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie,
Illinois in the building. There go my guy K-Dub. There got Arnold. Said my bros. It was just his birthday. Shout out to K-Dub, the bad guy. Corey Rice say Giordano's up north. I know they had a Giordano's up north too. So Giordano's moving and grooving. Lisa said, I like that he is not like everyone else telling all their business. I'm glad you like it. I don't like it because this is a talk this is a talk show. So
I got too many things going on, fam. No.
All your business. I don't need a witness. I just want all your business. Okay,
the people be watching this too. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
People definitely watching. So back to you, man. So you gave it to us, but with you, we're gonna have a little fun here. I usually do top 3 rappers, right? You're gonna have to give me that too because you're a spitter also.
Mm.
You're a spitter also. So give me your top 3 rappers, and then we're gonna go your top 3 movies that you didn't write, direct, produce, edit, do the graphics, all that stuff that people like you do. so give me your top 3 rappers and your top 3 movies.
First off is Rakim, number 1.
The God is
Most definitely. The rest of them, you. Shoot, I don't know. I'm gonna put Kane up there because he's the second one that made me want to rap.
Shout out to Kane, man. Kane was just in Chicago yesterday. Kane is the only rapper that I idolize that I haven't met yet. I've been able to meet like every rapper that I idolized, that grew up looking up to. I've been able to meet every single one. Easy E, all of them, but I haven't met Kane. Keep it going though.
Yeah, I met Kane. Cool brother. Damn. 3. I don't know.
Take us out, man. You got somebody else because you too versatile. You got somebody else that made you say, like, man, I gotta spit on him.
See, it's difference in spitting and lyrical content. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do one for Chicago, Wild Style, my boy.
I mean, can't do no better than that. Can't do no better. Well, speaking of that, since you brought Wild Style in this, right? Now, this was my first time being aware of your work, but I didn't know you did it yet. So you did the what was the movie you did for Crucial Conflict? That was illegal, right? Didn't they call it illegal too?
No, it's called The Setup.
I mean the setup. Okay,
Yeah.
so you did the setup for Crucial Conflict.
Yeah.
Looks like a major movie like today. I could put that next to people Tubi movies, and it's better, and it's a video movie.
Well, I got 4 Tubi movies too, by the way. Well, 4 movies on Tubi, should I say? But yeah.
Oh, wait, you got a full movie of that on Tubi?
No, not that one, but I got 4 of my films are on Tubi.
Oh no, we finna get to them. I'm working up to them. So boom, I see that. So when I first met you, you was in the flea market hustling your movie. Mm-hmm. Now, first off, at the time, I'm a bootlegger, right? And I'm like, this dude really got some kahunas. He's standing right in the flea market selling his bootleg movies. And you're like, no, this is my movie. And you know, y'all could call me a hater. I wasn't gonna buy it. But I wasn't gonna buy it. Cause man, I would have bootlegged it. I can't do that to a black brother trying to sell his stuff. But you told, I said, what else you done? And you mentioned the Crucial Conflict thing. And I said, no way. Ain't no way you did that. And I'm like, give me a copy of that. What else? And I went home, watched that one. Next time I came back, the next week, boom. Then after that, me and you locked in, right? So what was your first movie that you directed?
The first movie was Intimate Friends.
Intimate Friends.
Yeah, I wrote, directed, and starred in that, but that wasn't my first project. My first project was, it was one of the first projects, was Raw Fusion, my TV show that I had. That we started on Channel 19, and then we ended up in 3 years moving to PBS Channel 11.
Raw Fusion was your TV show?
Yeah, that was me.
Raw Fusion. Yeah, okay.
So we were doing that, and then we had the soap opera Temptations, right? Fun fact, Karima Westbrook from All American was in Temptations when we was doing that soap opera.
Wow.
So we got a couple of people who went on and did some things in Hollywood. So at least that speaks to me being able to pick talent sometimes and help them out. But that was the first thing, right? So the soap opera was probably the first dramatic thing that I wrote, directed, starred in. And then we did Intimate Friends. That was
So, how you get into acting?
Oh, well, you talking about? Well, that was directing. My first movie that I actually was in, that I acted in. Man, I was going down. I was in music too. And as an artist and trying to be a producer, no ID. He actually went to high school with me, and he was gonna,
Oh
you know,
wow!
start.
For those
Yeah.
who don't know, let me say this for those who don't know. No ID is really responsible for everything that happened in Chicago with the big rappers. Kanye, Chief Keef, Twister, whoever, you name it, No ID was in on it, and he's still in on it. He ran, I don't know if he's still with them because they sell companies so much, but he ran Def Jam, all type of stuff. Back to it.
Yeah, so we went to high school. So he was gonna show me, some tips and tricks about
Now we know what high
producing.
school he went to, but keep talking.
You're gonna have to do some more dirt and some more digging. But I got an opportunity. I heard about this movie that was gonna be made, and I said, well, let me get down there and holler at them behind the scenes because maybe I can get a song on the soundtrack. Found out they hadn't cast yet. So I'm like, okay, I did a couple of plays in high school. Let me go on down here and try this casting thing out. Lady I do my thing, and the lady get to talking about, oh man, you good. You should be in every movie in Chicago. I'm well, hey, you can put me on. What's up? What's happening? You know what I'm saying?
Who am
Yeah.
I to argue with you?
Right. You the professional. I'm gonna take what you just said. So so couple weeks passed and
you just went sideways on it. Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah. A couple weeks passed and Sharon King gives me a call. She's a casting director and she was casting this movie. So I said, cool, I'm gonna do this movie. I walk on set, is Bernie Mac,
wow,
Lisa Ray,
wow,
Mel Jackson,
wow.
MC8 was in there. He wasn't shooting that day, but he came around and was directed by Monty Ross. And when I walked in there, I looked around, I said, yeah, I'm supposed to do this.
Oh my goodness, you was in the classic. Oh my goodness, you was in the hidden classic. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know about that movie, don't you?
What was the name of it?
It's called Reasons. It never got it. It was stuff
Tell the
behind
feds
the
the
scenes.
free reasons right now. Tell the feds I said free Larry Hoover, free Jeff Ford, and free Reasons the movie. Free it.
Yeah.
They holding it hostage. Free Nate too. Free the movie. So keep going, man.
So, I mean, and then now I'm in there, I'm making connections, I'm talking to people. I do 6 movies in like 2 years, and then
What's some of the other movies? What's some of the other ones? Just throw a couple.
You can actually see me for 5 seconds in my best friend's wedding. When they come in for that karaoke scene, there's gonna be a guy with a green shirt on and smoking a cigarette. That's me. I was in there for about 2, 3, maybe 5 seconds. Chain Reaction was one of them. And then I did a couple more independent films. So yeah.
So let me ask you this, King B. At what point do you decide I'm gonna just do my own movies? Like, what made you decide to just do your own movies?
Well, see,
and for the record, you was doing them when it wasn't easy, when you couldn't just pick up your phone and make a movie. You did it when it cost money to do a movie, when it cost some real money to do a movie. What made you do this?
Well, see, actually, after doing that first film, I was trying to see how I can get in a little bit easier. So I didn't know nothing about directing or whatever, but I did know. I wrote. I'm since I was a kid, I write stories. So I wrote this script. I was trying to get that made, right? And I was gonna be like, well, yeah, but if you take my script, you're gonna have to give me the lead role. That's the same thing that Stallone did with Rocky, right? So
I didn't know that. So Stallone wrote Rocky?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's how he got on.
Okay,
He
yeah.
got on. He said, okay, I'm writing this, okay, and now if you want to produce this, I got to play Rocky.
Right.
I got on. So I'm trying to do the same thing. It didn't work for me. But I'm like, so I'm just trying to figure out. So the whole time while I'm doing these other movies, I'm trying to figure out. I started writing a soap opera. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out, right? So then I went to Channel 19. First question I asked him, I said, "Can you make a move? Can you make a TV show here to where you can go somewhere and get paid? Because there you don't really get paid unless you got sponsors or something like that. You can't run no commercials and all that." And they were like, "Yeah," and I was all in from there. So that's when we started doing it, And then we did the Raw Fusion thing, and I ended up having Alicia Keys, Megan Good, all kinds of people on the show. You know what I'm saying? Got wrote up in the Sun Times and in Defender and everything. So now we rolling.
I know Raw Fusion. I used to want to be on that.
Yeah, well, you should have came through.
Yeah,
We're gonna get you on the podcast though. I turned it into a podcast now, so we'll get you on.
I gotta come through. So,
heck yeah.
So after you did that, you do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're dropping all these movies, great movies too. Yeah, and I gotta say something about this dude. He up there, right? He like a Spike Lee to me. See, he ain't my new favorite director though. Billy Ray is my new favorite director. Why? Because Billy Ray put me in his movie. I'm coming tomorrow to get in Billy Ray's movie. But here's the difference, Billy Ray, with you and this guy. When I wrote a script, see, people don't know I'm creeping. I'm coming. I did the casting, and King B came and helped me cast the people. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I really got King B here. And he helped me. He like, no, man, this the right way to write a script and different stuff. Like I shot a little something recently. I sent to King B, said, "Hey, what you think, man?" And he told me like, "Hey, James, this is like you really farther than you think. You can make something happen." So with that being said, man, you did that for me. But I know I'm your guy, man. But I think you would do it for anybody, man. So what makes you like? How do you go as far as like helping others? Because like even with this podcast, you shoot guest small direction, that stuff. Like, how do you go about what is it like for you to see a director on a come up? Like, can y'all get together and work, or do y'all have director beefs or stuff, or like how did that go?
Nah, I had Marcus Carruthers who did
Vulture City.
Vulture
Yeah.
City. I had
Yeah.
him on my podcast. I had Kenny Young who's doing Cold and Windy and did 1 week back in the day when I was doing it. I was actually supposed to be
And you told me with your boy who did PPP Home Gone Home too.
them
Yeah.
too. So I don't have no problem with that. I think that's what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not just gonna do that for anybody. You got to be serious about it. If you finna put the time in, you finna put the work into it. You doing this for the passion and not just the money, because you heard Tubi giving out some money right now. So I'm gonna just go get a camera and run, do this, that, and the other. Then you figure it out. But if you serious about it,
right,
I'm more inclined to help you, and I don't have no problem with that. And especially if you supporting me. If you rocking with me, supporting me, then I'm always be there. But even then, sometimes I'm the one put the first hand out. And man, you should do this, you should do that, X, Y's, and Z's. And that's what we're supposed to do. I'm actually pretty humble, even though I try to act like I'm not. I'm a pretty humble guy, and I actually want to see us win as a community. So if you're trying to do it for the right reason, I'm with you.
You definitely should that. And I seen you put people on. I seen you put people in movies that didn't even know that they could take it
first
to that.
time. I think in every film I've done, I got at least one person who's it's their first time. And you always ask somebody what's your experience, but how do they get experience if they never get a shot? So I always try to give somebody a shot. You know what I'm saying? And it's just hey man, listen, you got to be able to do that, and we're gonna get you in something. I had to take a break because I was diagnosed with a heart condition. So by the time I was getting ready to work with you, that's when I got diagnosed. And so I ended up sitting down. That's why all the movies that we've done have been older, but we're getting ready to come up with this next one about mental health. And so we're finna get back into it again. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's why I look a
what
little bigger than I might in my movies, because it's heart condition, but I'm getting back there, so we get to it.
Oh, you definitely get back there because that's what I was going to ask you about. You know, me and you be talking, and then you say, like, "Hey, man, I'm finna do this one on mental health." But that's like a documentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is that your first documentary, or you been doing what?
It would be a first full length feature. Raw Fusion, we covered a women's basketball league, the NWBL. That was probably the first documentarian style thing that I've done. But that was just a segment on the show. So for a film, you know, this would be the first feature length documentary film. Yeah.
So how different is a documentary from actors? Like, is that more work, less work? Like, how did that go?
You know, some documentaries can be interesting. I love watching them. I hate doing them simply because of the fact that, well, it depends. If we're doing something that already happened or it's a topic or something like that, then it's easier because you know what it is. But if you're doing something that's happening right now, like we did with the ladies in the basketball world, you don't know what the story is. You just run around shooting stuff and you don't know what the story is and where it's at, right? Until it's over with, right? So
Right.
that type of
Not a reference
documentary,
to. Right.
yeah.
Look at old footage. Right.
So I'm used to knowing going in, okay, this is a story, this is where we're gonna do it, this is how we're gonna play it, we're gonna move here. When you're doing that kind of documentary, you kind of just, man, just shoot it all. You know what I'm saying? And we figured out in editing. So that to me is torture. I like to know where we're going before I get in the car. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah.
So with this new one, what's the name of it?
Mental the Movie. We're actually raising money for it now. If you go to GoFundMe.com/Mental the Movie, you can donate. We raised $10,000 for it already. So we coming for it.
So with Mental the Movie, are you going theaters or are you going streaming? Like how do it work nowadays?
I'm going shooting it. I don't care about nothing else. When we gonna get it done, and then we're gonna talk about distribution because there's several ways you can do it. But you know that's gonna depend on the distribution phase. My job right now is to make a dope movie. You know what I mean? And that's what I set out to do anytime I do a film. You know, make it as good as it possibly can. And then we'll see. There's more avenues. You know, back then we used to have to rent out a theater and sell tickets and all that kind of stuff. Now you can just put it on streaming and you're around the world. We're in 103 countries right now. Plus, I got King B TV, which is my own streaming channel. You know what I mean? We all over. We on the Apple, we on the iOS, we on the Android, we got the website, we on the Roku, we on the Apple TV, we on all that. We there on the Tiny TV network, which I partnered up with a young lady, Aisha Fowler, here in Chicago, and she's got the network. I own the channel, and we working together to make that big too. So you know,
yeah,
we doing a few things.
I definitely say you can't be outdone, man, because again, I respect what you was doing when I met you. When I met you, you wasn't playing basketball, you wasn't frying chicken.
And I'm 6'6". I could have played. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, well, we know you can play, but now we gonna keep it.
Oh, but I played football though. Okay.
Oh, look at the privacy coming out. Now you want these athlete crap. If you didn't play ball in high school, you wasn't a football player, man. So
First team all conference both years, homie.
What y'all
Only
think?
one in my class to do that.
You know what y'all think? See, we gonna not see now.
And one of my homies that played alongside me, he went to the league. He played for the Steelers. If I wanted to continue going on, I'd have been right there in the league too. But
I had a guy play for the Steelers that went to my high school.
Okay. All right. But did you play next to him?
Henry Bailey. No, he didn't play for the Steelers. Did Henry play for the Steelers? Yeah, I think he did play for the Steelers. Henry Bailey, he had one pro. I don't know how long he lasted. But I'm not gonna force the high school out of them, y'all, because I know y'all gonna catch me in the streets. Because these people in the streets is vicious. They're gonna say, "Yeah, you let them get on there and say you play football, but we don't even know what school he wants." I looked them up. I don't see King B on no teams. That's how they is. I see the movie. We here for the movies, y'all, for the movies. So with that being said, no, I'm just saying I really respect that you was out there on the grind with your product, man. You wasn't sitting around waiting for. I never really seen nobody hustle a movie package the right way. It was a guy named Derry. He had legendary films. He had this movie Toots and Blows. I used to. My boy Michi Hall was in it. I used to copy it for him, bootleg style, and they were selling them. And I'm like, man, why don't they go to somewhere and find somebody to press it up so they can compete with Block? Like your movie could have been sent right in Blockbuster or whatever, because you had your DVDs was the real thing. It's like I know that costs money, so it's just like
No, you know what it do? It costs hustle. So you gotta understand again. Born and raised on the south side of Chicago. It's about hustling. You know what I'm saying? I told you when I say I'm humble, I mean it for real. Like most people would say, "Well, I made the movie, I wrote, direct the movie, I'm starring in the movie. I ain't finna get out there and do it." No. I saw where and actually it was Wild Style. We was getting ready to do like some movies and we wanted to get the guns, the prop guns. And he was like, "Well, go down there to the flea. You should go to the flea market." And so I'm like, okay. And so then I walk through there and I'm looking at all these people. It's like 5,000 people in here. And I'm like, yo, we could do something here, right? So it wasn't that it cost money, not a whole bunch of money, because I would go get it pressed up.
Right.
And then I went over here to get the little sleeves printed up. And then I buy the little cases blank, you dig? And I put it together. Then I went to what's that U-line, and I got the little plastic thing and the little plastic gun. And when people don't know, I was doing that every morning before we got ready to go and put them in the plastic myself. No team, no nothing. Then
Guess
I
what?
sit up there and stand up there from like
I didn't even
7 to
know.
3 and sell it. You dig?
I didn't even know, and that's what and you know what? You dirty dog. I know how to do all that, but you know what? You presented it like it was pressed up from disc makers or somebody, and that's the difference. The way you sold it, like it was that thing, which it was that thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's dope, man. So you pressed them up, made them from scratch. That man, that gotta be a wonderful feeling, though, man. Like when you just birthed the baby all the way and grew it up and sent it to college, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
You know what's a wonderful thing is when you can press it all together, put it all together, even though you got to put the hustle into it for $1 and sell it for 10.
ooh, that was a nice place to live. That was a nice time, boy. That was a nice time to be living, boy.
You did.
$1.
You did.
That
Yeah.
was a time to be living. Let me check in with the streets before they get mad at me, because these people catch me on the streets and be like, "Hey, man, you ain't read my
What up,
comment."
street?
Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all, because I be having to neglect y'all because I get caught up reading y'all and I don't even get the job done. K-Dub, the ambassador, said, the bad guy Arnold, he say, I was at the screening of Roost. Dope.
You remember this? You remember this battle? That's this is from. Oh, you see Roots back there.
Oh, okay.
That was our. That was our. You put that, the red carpet to Step and Pete. So that was that.
Right. Okay. My guy Prince Lupo say Stallone wrote most of the Rocky movies, and yes, that is absolutely true. Vulture City is the movie about Chicago on Tubi. Kona said like Big Weefus. Yep, shouts out to him. Shalisa Hurd said, "Give King B my number so he can meet the God legend of hip hop himself. I know he will appreciate meeting you because You are no joke either. Shouts out to my cousin Lisa for helping me remember that I can make a hood hierarchy dating site. I can pass numbers off when the guests come on. Thanks, Lisa. No, I played you with King B, Lisa. I thought you know him. You should know King B.
I appreciate it. That's why Kim is that dude for real.
Yeah,
He's doing the one for them boys.
she definitely when Rakim come to town, she definitely put the dots together for me.
Appreciate
And
that.
K Dub said I had the cast sign posters frame hanging in the studio. That is dope, man. That is dope. So with that being said, King B, y'all heard him say he's gonna get me in a movie. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I had
calling
a
him.
project dude was gonna do, and like I said, and I got diagnosed with that heart condition. I had to sit down, and so now, and I went through a depression behind that. The dude coming there, actually, Wildstyle was there with me, in the hospital, and the doctor come in and he said, "Yeah, we diagnosed you with this thing called amyloidosis, and basically it's a death sentence." And actually, Wildstyle actually got mad, and I'm like, "No, I want him to tell me the truth." And so I was kind of hiding chips and shit. I'm sorry, we trying to keep this. I was trying to hide the food that I really wanted to eat. I said, "Well, man, you might as well break out them chips because the chips ain't gonna kill me then." You know what I'm saying? And I went through like a 2-year depression behind it, man. And so coming back doing this mental health film is the reason. It's the reason why I'm doing it. This movie is really a give back to people because I really didn't know I was in a depression. So I want to illustrate for people, but then you come up out of it and it's like, yeah, man, you was going through depression. So my thing is to educate people who's going through these type of things and how they can help each other because we understand that these kids out here that's going through all these gang wars and shooting up or whatever, they're going through PTSD and no one cares about them enough to say this is what you're going through and this is how you can get some help, right? So that's where I'm doing the film. Go ahead.
What's one sign of depression you can give us to somebody that might be going through a depression and not know, like you just said?
There's a huge lack of motivation. And when especially me, because obviously you see, I like to go get it.
Right.
And when I don't want to get up, I don't want to get up. Somebody that went and hustled in the flea market with his own movie, I don't want to get up out of bed. I don't want to do nothing. And what was worse, when I really knew it was a problem, was when I didn't want to wake up.
I feel you.
When I got to the point where, okay, you said this was supposed to kill me. Why don't they hurry up? Because I'm good.
Right.
And then I started to realize that's not really the right thing in the right way. And there was something wrong. So it's a lot of work to get out of it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I still have some days, right? But I'm like at I say about 90-some%, but I'm not perfect. I don't think anyone is. So I had them days and I recognize that and I fight my way up out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when COVID was going on, right? So I talked to you like, man, I ain't got nobody around me, man. I stay in the house, ain't nobody come, my stuff getting delivered to me. I'm not going out. And I'm like, yeah, man, I done learned my lesson from I ain't messing with it. So it was 2 years later. I'm like, damn, KB, you gonna have to get out sick and somebody gonna have to get around you. Eventually, he's like, nah, man, I still ain't. So I was like,
good.
Okay,
Let me explain something to you about me. I done dated a lot of people. I'm gonna keep it PG. I done partied a whole lot with a lot of people. I done did some great things in my life, and that's not to say that I'm done. But when them people said it's taking people out of here with pre-existing conditions, and some of the people that I knew personally were sitting up there with them tubes in there, And they done already told me this thing's supposed to take me out of here. Now they misdiagnosed me, actually.
Right.
But you think I'm gonna be fool enough to go outside after they done told you I'm already getting took out by this thing? Man, hey, I don't want to party with nobody. I'm good. I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? So, but they misdiagnosed me. My heart's getting stronger, and we getting ready to shoot this movie. I'm full steam ahead on Mental the movie. But yeah,
you definitely gave me the podcast idea. I just did it.
I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. You was telling me that you was like, man, I'm gonna do a podcast. I ain't got to see people. I can do it right from home. And that's when you was one of the light bulbs to start making me think like I need to do something where I ain't got to be around people to do it. And
see, again, it's that hustle mentality, right? So I'm sitting here, okay, I'm familiar in the crib, but I'm not just gonna just sit here.
Right.
Okay. So then that's when I packaged up my movies, got them out there, boom, two. And we actually on 13 different platforms. I got with them and built my my own channel. And then, okay, we done did Raw Fusion, so let's make this a podcast. I got the studio. That's why we was late, y'all. I was trying to get it through the studio so y'all can hear the better, but it wasn't working out technically. But see, that's all I'm saying. It's like when you got that inside of you, you're gonna figure out a way. I don't care if you're at the crib or not, you're gonna figure out a way to do something. You know what I mean? So when you feel like if this is your MO, and this is for anybody that may be going through it, and then you feel like, oh man, I don't want to be here, or oh man, I'm sick of this life, or I don't want to get up out of bed and it's real hard and all that kind of stuff, it's time for you to go talk to somebody. It's time for you to get that checked out. Because your mental is what rule everything else. And if your mind ain't right, see, back in the day, they used to say, you gotta get your mind right, right? But in our community, they didn't talk about mental health because they think you being crazy and you know, all this kind of, you're gonna be shaking it. No, that's not what it is, right? If you break your foot, what you gonna do? Go to the hospital. Okay, if you have a break in your brain, and that don't mean you don't went crazy. It's just like something's off. You know what I'm saying? Then you go and you talk to a mental health professional, just like you would if your foot was broke. And what would happen if you broke your foot and you kept walking on it and didn't go see the doctor? You're gonna be slew for the rest of your life.
I never heard it break down that good because you know some of y'all on here listening now are, you know, they say a few short of a six-pack. Some of them is just a little plastic thing to hold a six-pack together, and they need to go get treatment, like you said, when you broke, because you've been through stuff. Everybody just can't deal with it as good. That's why I'm glad you came on here and talked about it, man. And before I let you go, I just want to give you your flowers and tell you how much I appreciate this. Because like I said, you're one of the people that inspired me. So you were one of the first people I said, like, man, I need you on here. And you said, hey, give me some time. And I talked to you. I wasn't even pushing on you or we'll text or something. I'm like, what's this? I'm gonna do this interview, man. And then finally you just hit me like, hey man, I'm ready. I got my mind right. Let's go. And man, I when I got that call from you, man, I appreciate it, brother. I really did. I really
Hey man, I've been sitting here watching it and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get on there. Man, you see me in the comments oh man. Oh man, but you know, I wasn't ready to get back on camera on no front. Not only on my own show, I was doing it, like you said, I was doing it and you was just listening. There's no video of it at all. So so now I'm ready. We back. We getting into it, we making it happen. Yeah. This is actually the first stop. So you know I'm real. This is the first.
I really felt special then when you said that too. You was like, you finna be the first one. I'm back. I'm like, yeah.
I still got some more weight to lose. Actually, what it is my body retains fluid because of the heart condition. So it's a whole lot of things going on, but I'm not finna let none of that stop me. We finna keep going, and we still making it happen. So I told you, I'm a man of my word. I was coming on the show, and you not only did I come on the show, but you the first stop, bro. Right here, Hood Hierarchy.
Man, King B, before you go, give me a Hood Hierarchy drop, man.
Yo, what up? It's King B. You know what it is, and we chilling in the hierarchy. You did feel me? That means steps, right? That means how high. King B at the top. You dig? With my homeboy, your uncle Beats. Let's go.
Man, I appreciate you, family. Tell these people where to find you at, King B, before I let you go, man. You can't go yet.
We just popped off a YouTube channel, and that is King B Television at youtube.com/ at King B Television. I want you guys to check out my channel though. You have to go to Tonic TV. So it's watch.tonictv.net.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Wait, no. It's watch.tonictvnet.com.
Okay.
That's it.
Send me the link so I can put it in.
Watch.tonictvnet.com.
I gotta
And
put it in the description.
yeah, we'll put it in the description. But watch.tonictvnet.com. And when you go there, you can scroll down, you see King B TV. You can see all 5 of my films. There's only 4 of them on Tubi. And then we got some behind the scenes extra stuff on there and a bunch of stuff and more stuff coming. So just because it say King B TV don't mean all I'm gonna do is my stuff. I'm trying to get other shows and everything on there as well that I'm not producing. So we with that, and we just started Mental the podcast with my homegirl Cinnamon Spice, who also went to high school with me. Don't be trying to figure out where that is.
Okay,
so I'm trying to put other people on, man. You know what I'm saying, and make it happen. Dude.
Awesome. Any social media you want to give them?
I mean, you can find me on Facebook, but it's like Red King. I think it's King B the Great One or something like that. And you can go to TikTok. I just started doing this TikTok stuff. King B the Great One. And it's the number 1. And then I'm gonna restart with rebuilding kingbworldwide.com. So be looking out for that, the relaunch of kingbworldwide.com.
Well, you got a few from the streets I gotta read before I let you go, man. Shout these people out. She is Truthful. I gotta know you said peace of the Uncle Beats. Church, brother. Facts. Lisa said Cop Rakim's new album. Corey Rice said, speak to mental health. Truth King B. K-Dub, the ambassador bad guy. Arnold said, that's why you gotta check on your happy, good spirited friends too. You never know what's on someone's mind. Prince Lupo said, before you go, can you tell me about the Vulture City movie and where I can find that? Vulture City is everywhere, Prince Lupo. That's on everywhere.
Get on Tubi and see it. You can go on Tubi and see it. Real good film.
Tubi and see Vulture City. That's a good joint. Joints. He got more than one. Then you got Lisa said go on Tubi and watch it. She is true. Oh, Queen Daphne. Salute to you, Queen Daphne in the building. And Lisa said, thank you, great man. So with that being said, and Prince Lupo said, big appreciation, brother. Look forward to seeing your work. Dope.
Oh, you can go on Tubi too, and just type in King, the letter B, King B, and the first 4 movies of mine. I wrote them, directed it.
Dope. And I've seen them, y'all. So yeah, I put the stamp on them. So with that being said, man, we end every episode one way and one way only. I say, what's the hood? You tell us your hood, and we gone, King B. So let's see what King B do, y'all. What's the hood?
South Side.
Right.